Hello everyone, PenguinSal here again, back today with another indie game review. And before we get started with this one, I would like to give a shout out to my friend Eric. He is the one who recommended we play this game, and he also gifted it to us. So I'd like to give him a shout out. Feel free to give love to Eric in the comments. He's great, always hanging out, discussing these indie games with us, and we appreciate having him here. So the game in question is called Cardboard Town. This was a game that I was keeping my eye on a little bit. I thought it looked like a game that was up my alley, and I believe it did not prove me wrong in that. So essentially, Cardboard Town almost plays out like a board game, but with cards, in that each of your cards is a different structure that you can place down on your map, whether it be a building or a road or something to generate resources. Your resources are water, electricity, security, and plants. And it's actually an interesting concept. You can't let you can let your resources get negative, but if 3 of them are negative at the same time, you lose. There's also other factors that go into losing. Not being able to play red cards can give you a permanent red alert, and if you get 3 red alerts, you lose. Also, if any of your resources get to negative 20 at any time, it's an automatic loss. I thought this game was actually pretty complicated, pretty complex. I thought it took a lot more brain power than I was expecting when I was first looking at it, in that you have a lot of things you have to keep track of at a given time. You have to keep track of your resources. You have to keep track of your money, which is essentially energy in this game for using your cards, which does go up as you level up by getting more and more people in your town. One of the big things you have to keep an eye on are the negative perks that you're getting as the days go on. At the end of every day, you have a meter that goes up, and at certain points on the meter, you get affected by negative effects or disasters. That's where the game gets really, really hard. There are some that can absolutely wound you in terms of not being able to place certain types of buildings, or having certain types of structures like roads cost more, or have things use more energy, or things that would make it so you would lose more resources than you should. I feel like there's a lot of things that you have to keep an eye on while you're playing this, so I would not call it a stress-free experience, but I would call it an enjoyable one. Essentially, you have to do these 5 main goals in order to win the game, and both runs we played, we were able to do that. The runs took over an hour each, so it definitely required quite a bit of effort and time, but I would say Cardboard Town was a very enjoyable experience. If you like this kind of game, it's kind of like a civilization builder, where you have to monitor resources and build different structures to get resources that you can use to build more structures, but also with a card spin on it, where you use the money that you generate to be able to play more cards. It's a very cool and interesting concept. I would say I had a really good time playing Cardboard Town. I think we saw a lot of what we wanted to see out of it in the couple runs that we played. There were, I believe, 10 or 12 different modes, so I'm interested in trying some of those out. Like, there's an expert mode. We unlocked a different type of mode that made disasters happen more frequently. I'd be interested to try those out. I imagine they will also not be stress-free, since the game itself wasn't, and I'm assuming those are going to be a lot harder. But the game had a lot of really cool features. Like I said, it definitely required a lot of brain power to complete runs, but we don't mind that in a strategy game at all. I would say if you look into Cardboard Town, and we will have a link for it in the description, and you like what you see, I think it's worth giving a try. I think it definitely fits that kind of city builder, strategy game on a board type role. At least it did for me. And I would definitely be interested in playing this more and seeing what more it has to offer in the different modes. If you've tried Cardboard Town yet, it just came out in the last week. If you've tried it, feel free to let me know in the comments. Let me know what your high score was. Mine was 1170 something, I believe. Feel free to let me know your score, and let me know that you survived twice as long as I did and doubled my score. I'd love to hear it. If you like what you saw in this video, feel free to give me a like and continue to follow along as we continue to review more and more of these indie games. If you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, it really would help us out a lot. We'd be able to continue making videos, growing the channel, and getting content out for you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed Cardboard Town as much as I did. And I hope you're ready for the next video and excited for it. Thanks, guys.